You know, we talk an awful lot in the summertime about things you can do with your kids, but the adults out there have a reason to enjoy and have a good time in this summer heat. But we're actually going to make things a little bit hotter for you this morning. Chanda Chambers is here. She has the MetalMakers classes.
Yes.
You might recognize her last name because she also has Chambers Welding here in town. So good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I can't believe I'm talking to you on a 90+ degree day about the fun it would be of coming in and stoking it up even more with your welding classes. But I think this is the greatest idea. So you do these classes on Saturdays, is that right?
Right, they're Saturdays and Sundays for project base, and then Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday for developmental classes.
Okay.
So you have a variety of different classes that you can take with us.
What I've loved, and she and I have had a chance to talk a little bit, and I promise, I walked around from my office and there she was sitting here, and from the hello, I felt like I had known you for a long time. So I want to brag on you a little bit. So you come from a military background.
I do.
Your mom served, you served.
My brother served, my son serves, my niece serves. All of us, except my sister, and she married military.
So you have this great heart, and as a result of that, in your experience, you have a great passion for the veterans out there.
Absolutely.
So many of your classes are of great benefit to them.
Absolutely.
But you are a mom working both fields.
That's right.
In a man's world. So you take these classes, anybody can come, but you find great empowerment for women.
Oh yes, this is why I started these classes, to be honest with you. Like I explained before, I've gone to a lot of different events when it comes to welding, and it's a sea of men. And so there is nothing wrong with that. We love men, but we also want to see us represented as well. I did, at least. I wanted to see what the women can bring to the table. So I decided to talk my husband into, once again, another venture. And this one is to more or less support women, people of color, veterans, felons, anyone who's at a disadvantage, those with disabilities. I believe that we could teach a skill, whether you want to take it professionally or just as a hobby. I think that this is the time, especially with going through COVID and a lot of the mental yanks or feel that you've had. This right here is a great positive release. It helps you focus. It helps you, put together, feel accomplished. And so these are the things that I really wanted everyone to feel and kind of uplift my community with some of these projects.
Well, the classes, as I'm understanding it, are kind of twofold. So you can take almost like continuing education classes in a way, so that by the time you're through, you actually do have this skill that you can take to get a great paying job.
That's right.
But the classes that you hold on Saturdays, I'm going to segue back into that for a minute, because that's where it's so great for people who might be struggling a bit with some mental health issues or just self-esteem, because you actually make something.
That's right.
Not just learn, you make it.
That's right. My mom, when she, got out the military, she went to special education, and one of the things that she used to always talk to us about is, one, people learn different ways, that you all don't learn by reading. So that's why we do a lot of hands-on training for folks, because we want it to be 90% you doing it. And so a second piece of what she said is, if you ever want people to feel a certain connection, you have to have them have a project where they can take it home and say, I did this. And so that's what we give. And the projects that I've okayed or approved are amazing. I want you to feel so accomplished by making a fire pit, or making a barbecue grill, or making furniture, or making something that not just
wine rack, right?
Oh yes, we have decorative pieces, but we have functional pieces. So, and no one has to be an advanced welder to do any of these classes. It's our job. You come in with no information and we build you up.
So I'm sitting here thinking, I have 2 daughters.
Oh yeah.
And I often am saying to them, I mean, it's just human nature that you'll say, oh, I can't do something. And I'll say, you don't say I can't. easier said than done. I say I can't all of the time.
Right.
But what a great thing to step out of that comfort zone. I would be very intimidated probably, which means I'd be the perfect candidate.
You would. So that is what we get typically. The women are, when they first walk in, they're in awe. And then you hear the safety and you're like, oh my God, did I make the right decision here? And then all of a sudden you see them put the hood down, they pull the trigger, and there's a level of excitement that you've never seen. And so I try to capture that beginning moment with each and every one of them. And the thing that I've learned, and I talk to my guys about this because it is so male dominant, there's not a lot of female teachers, which I would love to change that, but there isn't. And the one thing I tell them, it's okay if they call it a doohickey or a thingy or whatever it is they call it, because we haven't really been educated on it as, and I don't want anyone to feel like, you know, oh, I won't know what to say, I won't know. And so there's an intimidation factor there. Here, you can call everything a thingy.
When you're in the classes, how many people come to a class?
We typically have a max of 10.
Okay.
We have 2 trainers to get your immediate, and then we have you partner with the, you know, one person that you came with or a new person. But y'all do partner together, so that way it's easier for you to understand the instructions and work with a partner.
Can people do things like team building for work or
yes.
bridal showers or something totally different?
So we've had birthday parties with kids. We've had, we allow children up to from 11 up to come into classes. So we've had birthday parties. We've had women who are about to get married. They had a class. We've had couples, a lot of couples come together because they find excitement in showing their husband they can do it too. I have had a lot of mom and daughters. That was one of my favorites.
That's where my mind is going
yes,
right now.
Girl, you would love it. And we also have a lot of fathers and sons who really like to do it with their, we have had one bachelor guy ordeal happen, which was the funnest that we've had thus far. But it is very interactive, fun. We try our best to make sure that you walk away just excited that you came.
Okay, so they're every Saturday, is that right?
Saturday and Sunday.
And you have different levels.
That's
so that
right.
She's not going to let you do something that you're not yet prepared for.
That's right.
There's a beginner in the morning. Afternoon, you can enjoy a glass of wine.
That's right. Women, welding, and wine, my favorite on Saturdays.
And then what are the others?
You have intermediate and then you have advanced classes. Your advanced classes are more, you're really building a big fire pit. You're really building a big barbecue grill.
Okay, so it's just a couple of hours that you're there for the class.
That's right.
You walk away feeling empowered.
You do.
You have bonded, pardon the pun. Earlier she said, I'm going to spark your interest. We said, pardon the pun.
I love that.
And do they sign up online?
They do. MetalMakerClasses.com is a great place for them to go and see all the classes, see all the things that we're doing. Beyond the project classes, there's developmental classes. I get everywhere I go. My son is interested in welding, but he's not sure if he wants to take it in Chat State. Sign him up for a class.
Okay.
We have an 8-hour developmental class, and we also have a 30-hour. 30-hour means you can walk out of our doors and go find you a job, and you're going to be skilled at that job, doing that welding process.
I don't think there's anything you can't do. You are a woman who knows what she's worth.
I love you so much.
It was so fun to meet you. So Chanda Chambers is her name. It's MetalMakers Classes.
That's right.
Online, you can find it. Sign up. I'll race you there. I think it sounds like so much fun. There's the contact information for where you can find them. Easily located down there, Rossville Boulevard, East 23rd Street, in the hub of it all.
Everywhere.
Great to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.